This episode, I want to start in a way that feels a little bit different. As the new year, we want to begin with a reset. A moment to pause, a moment to get honest and realign our careers with who we are becoming, not just who we were last year. So before we go any further, wherever you are, whether you're in your car, on a walk, at your desk, let's just take one slow and intentional breath in and out. Welcome to the FM Talent Blueprint. I'm your host, Dawn Hendricks, and I just want to say Happy New Year to you all. This episode may be coming out a little bit late because I got sick at the earlier part of the year, so it took me a little time to shake the cold, but I am back in action. And as we get ready to step into this latest episode, I wanted to just share with you kind of our intention for 2026. The podcast is going to look a little different. In the past, it's just been me sharing my thoughts and insights with you. This year, I'm going to be bringing in my friends and colleagues and people that are subject matter experts in the space to be able to have some really strong conversations that I hope that will be inspirational, that will be informative, and that will help us transform into the best versions of ourselves. So with that being said, all right, let's begin our annual career audit. So before we set a single goal this year or make a plan or even choose a direction, we have to name what we're carrying into 2026. And when I say what we're carrying in 2026, I don't mean by accomplishments or things that have actually earned us applause. What I mean is the residue, those things that stayed with us, the leftover things. So we need to ask ourselves, what from last year is still sitting on our shoulders? Now, these things could be maybe a role that we assumed that just doesn't fit us anymore, that we continue to squeeze ourselves into, or a pace that's actually running our lives instead of supporting it. And I have to say, I resonate deeply with that. It could even be expectations that you've never agreed to carry, but somehow you were carrying them anyway. Regardless of what those things are, I want you to just notice it. We don't have to fix it yet, but we do need to acknowledge what followed you into this new year, because the truth is, what our 2026 does not have to hold everything that 2025 held. There will absolutely be things that we want to honor from the previous year, and then there are things that we can decide to gently put down. And so that's the reflection, that's the moment I want you to think about and contemplate right now. All right, let's shift a little bit, because reflection isn't only about release, it's also about recognizing the parts of you that have expanded. Regardless of if you've been acknowledged or validated by other people around this thing, I want you to ask yourself, where did I grow last year? These things could be as simple as finding your voice in a meeting or setting a boundary. It could even be taking a risk or letting go of something or someone that was misaligned. It could be, I don't know, maybe you stayed present in a moment that used to make you fold. Regardless of what it is, choose for yourself when that old version of you would have chosen comfort or people pleasing, because growth doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it whispers and happens in very private and still moments. But I want you to hear me on this. Growth does not mean that you need a new title to demonstrate that you've evolved or that you've gotten some kind of recognition or validation to indicate that you've transformed. So I'd like you to just take a moment to right now take an inventory and acknowledge how far you've come. Yeah, that's great. You're doing a great job. And sometimes we really don't take the moments that we need to reflect on where we started and where we are right now. All right, so I want us to now look ahead. Not with hustle or anything, but with intention, because this is the part of the audit where I want you to ask yourself, what do I want to become more of? Or what do I want more of? Now I want you to ask yourself, what do I want more of this year? And not just what looks good on paper or what makes sense to other people, but truly, what does your spirit want more of? Maybe it's peace or energy. Maybe it's additional challenges or having more flexibility in your life. Maybe you want to be more creative. So whatever that is, I need you to just choose one word, just one. And that word is going to be your compass for the entire year. And so when opportunities come up or decisions show up or even distractions that disguise themselves as assignments, you got to check in with that word to determine, does this opportunity or situation, does it support that word that I said was important to me, or is it pulling me away from it? Because direction matters more than destination. It's these little things that we do on a day-to-day basis that will either kind of steer us in the direction we want us to go, or again, pull us away from it. So take a moment to identify what that word is so that it can truly be your compass for the rest of this year. All right, this last part of our podcast is what I call the 3-part career reset. So I want to share with you a simple framework for your 2026 career reset. It's just going to be 3 words, 3 actions, and 3 anchors. And the first word is release. What are you done carrying? Maybe it's over-explaining. Maybe it's being silent when you should be speaking up. Or maybe you're just being performative. It could even be burning yourself out just to prove something to someone else. You are allowed and fully empowered to put things down. So figure out what needs to be put down. The second part of this framework is rebuild. So the question that I want you to ask yourself is, what do you want to strengthen? This could be a skill that you've avoided or a relationship that you've neglected, or a belief in yourself that you've allowed to dim over time. So your actual identity could be an area that you want to rebuild. Rebuilding is something that requires consistency and intentionality and taking one step at a time. The final step to this framework is realignment. So where does your energy want to go right now? Is it towards leadership or some additional learning or towards rest? Alignment is the thing that makes effort feel lighter. When you're aligned, your work doesn't drain you, it fuels you. So this year, to realign your work with who you truly are, not who you think you should be. Now, if you're listening and you're thinking, but Dawn, I should be further along right now, let me just say this to you gently and firmly. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not broken. You are in motion. Life doesn't move in straight lines or linearly, and neither do careers. Sometimes the pause is the preparation. Sometimes the detour is development. And sometimes the delay is actually for your protection. I have had all of them. I've had the pause, the detour, and the delay. And oddly enough, I found myself exactly where I was supposed to be in exactly the time frame that I was supposed to be there. So trust where you are. You are being shaped, strengthened, and positioned even when it doesn't feel like it. So, as we step into 2026 together, may you choose clarity over chaos, peace over pressure, purpose over performance. May you build a career and a life that doesn't just look good, but feels good. I want to thank you for starting the year with me, and thank you for being a part of this community. And thank you for doing the inner work that shapes the outer world. So until next time, take care of your work